down low. The 79 gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67 though of Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. He, Paul Ferdiani, and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down in the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with a run down. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Garrett Welsh made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag. So here we go, final lap. Hello and welcome, race fans, into the NTRL Xfinity series as we are coming at you live from Las Vegas, one of our favorite tracks here on the iRacing service. So we are going to be in for some great racing here at this 1.5 mile track under the lights at the beautiful Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Things are going to get intense. Who's going to come up big and who's going to end up selling the house? Well, we only got a matter of time to find that one on out. So let's get things all started off here with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And welcome back. As always, this broadcast of the NTRL wouldn't happen without some fantastic sponsors. So thank you, JP Designs and 3D Prints. Be sure to go check them out for some iRacing paint schemes, as well as some button boxes being made over there. Got Track Bar Media as well. Thank you guys for that awesome promo video there. Also, a big thank you to AdminBoxx, a premier button box solution for race control admins. Be sure to order your next button box here today. We also have SimGearCentral.com as well. Be sure to go check them on out to get some button boxes that have all the flip styles, knobs, levers, anything you can think of, all at the reach of your hands. Thank you, SimGear Central. Also, a big thank you to TrackDogsRacing.com as well, the premier merchandising supplier of the NTRL. Also, big thank you to Davidson Builders for the action replay camera sponsorship there, as well as the Numb Thumbs Gaming trucking community jumping on board here this season as well. I'm Alan Brown, and I am joined by two of my best friends. Hopefully, one day we can meet up in Vegas and have a heck of a time, but right now we're in the virtual land, and I'm joined in the booth by Mr. Alan English here. Alan, we're coming back to one of our favorite tracks here, a night race here, and I think these guys are going to have some heck of a lot of fun and a heck of a lot of good racing.
Yeah, man, night race is always good no matter where we go, but it's a little extra special here at Las Vegas, and we're going to see some great action here. We got a great car count for you guys here tonight in the Xfinity cars, and one thing we love about the Xfinity car, it's not the easiest car in the world to drive, right? It's very challenging. It's low downforce, high horsepower package here at these 1.5 miles. So I can't wait to get started and see how big a field we got. We figure we had about 24 cars, yeah. So can't wait to see how this 24 car field handles this 1.5 miles here tonight.
Indeed, and always ready to gamble a little bit. It's down there on Mr. Pit Road, Adam Turner, having a great time out there. Adam, what are these guys going to have to deal with here tonight?
They're going to have to roll snake eyes to win this thing. That's the bottom line. It's going to be tough. Vegas is a fun track. It's hard to describe. It's an intermediate track. It's a 1.5 miler, but it races just a touch different than your cookie cutter tracks, I think. Just a little bit. Should be fun. The weather's real nice out there. We're looking at nice, balmy 66 degrees on the track, so it should be real sticky. We have 1 fast repair, 70% fuel, 5 total sets of tires. You get 25 instant points. You're going to just be disqualified. I don't see that happening. 18 and you'll get a penalty. So I don't know, man. These guys are always up to show us up somehow here in Numb Thumbs Racing League. Should see a pretty good race with these guys.
And that we should, as we take a look at that race info here for this beautiful 1.5 mile track. Is like you said, temperature will not be an issue for these guys. They'll be able to rip around here without any issue. Not super hot, and no rain in the forecast here out in like the desert plains area. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race, and man, you do not gamble on tires. It's one of those things that will help you get through this race, and man, it's what's gonna take that car up and over the edge, and hopefully get you that big W.
And let's face it, it's everything. Grip is everything here at these not so high banked 1.5 miles. It's all about tire management, not just tires as a set, but which part of your car is getting the wear. You might have to change your line up a little bit if you're burning too much right front off there. Maybe just go with a later entry and put a little bit of that responsibility on those rears. You're going to have to adapt and overcome some grip situations here as these green flag runs go on and on.
Yeah, but
hopefully we get some good green flag runs.
I think we will. The one thing we have going for us is that temperature. It's 66 on the track. I've been to Vegas like 20 times. It's either been 110 or 12 degrees. It's one way or the other out there in the desert.
It's the nature of the desert, yeah.
So 66, I think that's perfect. Good night for racing, and should help. The strategies these guys are using, at least on the tire side. Now the fuel stuff, yeah, that gets a little tricky. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
And that we will, as qualifying is just about to finish up here, and Derek Welsh has definitely done his qualifying run as he finishes with a flourish through the grass.
Yeah, he's just checking the moisture level on the infield there. He's people don't know Derek Welch. Not only does he run Numb Thumbs and run this league, he also helps out with the landscaping and stuff here at Las Vegas. So he's out there just taking moisture readings on that infield. They're trying to adjust when the sprinklers come on at night, I think.
He does a little bit of everything. Kind of like the oldest man in iRacing, Richard Gray. He's here tonight. He might even paved this thing back in the 20s. So who knows?
Yeah, who knows indeed. As qualifying is over, so we get everybody all gridded up here, and let's tell everybody where their favorite driver is starting here tonight. Starting with the 03 of Dylan Bryant all the way up at that front. He wins pole position here. It's going to have the 8 of Brandon Coleman starting on his outside there in second. Third will be the 19 of Justin Lawson with the 69 of Larry Dickerson starting in fourth. Fifth will be Stubbs and Stub Nation in the 79 machine, starting there fifth. Got the 33 of the Gambler right here at home in his natural habitat, starting in sixth. Got the 9 of Joe David here starting seventh with the 48 of Zeth Holly starting in eighth. Kevin Winker of the 42 machine will start here in ninth with the 18 of Chris Klein rounding out your starting top 10.
Yeah, the silent assassin, Mike Adamson in the 751. He'll start inside row number 6. On the outside will be Cubby. Nathan Stanley in the 67. Kevin Haas in the 051 will start 13th place. 14th will be America's driver, Albert Anderson in that 747 machine. Nick Biddy in the 32 will start in 15th place. 16th will be Dave Holmberg in the 63. Anthony Williams in the 4 machine will start in 17th place. And outside row number 9 will be David E. Brown in the 26 car. Paul Durkee in the 13 will start 19th, and rounding out your top 10 rows here in your top 20 drivers, the one of Derek Welch.
There you go. 31, Scott Milner. He'll start 21st. 00 Joe Bennett. Hopefully he has a lot of fans out here tonight. He normally does. He'll start 22nd. Mark Collins, Numb Thumbs guy, in the 23. He'll start 23rd. That's kind of fitting for him. 110, Richard Michelob Gray, the oldest man in iRacing. He'll start this thing in 24th.
And that is your field here from Las Vegas as they trickle around behind the pace car, getting ready to get all stacked up and head to that green flag for the first time here tonight. The 03 and the 8 will bring these guys back up here to the line as the field crosses through turns 3 and 4. Everybody ready for this fast night of racing action. Sending it on down. Onto pit road goes the pace car as the field makes that final turn into the tri-oval, and away we go. Green flag racing for the first time here tonight at Las Vegas. The 8 of Brandon Coleman gets a fantastic jump on the 03 here to start this thing off. Gets his nose out in front, but not quite enough to get the tail clear. The 03 is coming back down on that bottom side with a head full of steam. Nose to tail they go down the back straightaway with some shuffling going on throughout this race pack. The 03 of Bryant continues to hold on to that lead. You got the 9 and the 48, David and Holly going side by side here. You also got Paul Ferdiani in that 33 going out to the outside here as the 9 of David tries to continue to trickle on past people.
Yeah, so far, patience is prevailing here. As, we still got some too wide out there, but I wanted to say about 3/4 of the field here is already single filed out to try to get these tires warmed up, click off some laps, try to kind of test the waters here and see where this car is going to run well tonight on this cool track in Las Vegas.
Back here in 18th, 16th, 17th place, there's some still a little double file racing here. They're trying to sort themselves out. And we have a lot of comments out there already, man. So glad everybody's out here tuning in tonight.
I have to reload my YouTube. I don't know what it is. The last couple times I've logged on here, I don't see the comments.
You're missing
I'm gonna
them
get
all.
that fixed.
That's your job.
Right now.
That's your job. I'm not supposed to read them. You are, but I will
I got
if you fail.
I got Mike Adamson saying howdy. We got somebody's name that I can't see saying let's go, number 42, Winker. Obviously part of that Winker crew. Tower operator saying good evening, and cooler is empty, Mr. Turner. We got red alert for tower operator.
No, that's incorrect. My cooler's full. I hope his is. Do I need to send him something like a gift package or something?
Hey, you just might, as we're side by side here for the race lead. Valley Odinson also saying, hi, Mr. Brown. I hear you know my friend Terry, Cuban Reaper. That I do. We've been playing some Escape from Tarkov there, trying to run away from that man. Been fun getting to know him. Derek Welch saying, wow, I'm sick, okay? I got a 102 temp. Oof. Jeez, man. Hope you get better there, DW. I know that flu thing's been cruising its way around the country. Valley Odinson also saying DW equals Master Gardener. That's a fun fact that I bet you didn't know about him. Jessica Stubblefield saying let's go Stubbs, with Tower Operator saying let's go 42, cheering on Kevin Winker.
Thanks for picking up my slack, guys. I finally got it reloaded, so now I can see it again.
Yeah, I'm really napping on the job over there. That's all right.
Hey,
we made it
my
work.
pay.
I will. I'll do that. I'll dock your pay as long as you give me a quart of beer from your little brewing operation you got running. Man, awesome stuff so far. Single filed out, Brown. I don't know what's going to happen, if we're going to have excitement tonight or if it's just going to be like this the rest of the night.
I got a feeling it's probably going to turn itself up here once we get to a little bit right around like halfway. I mean, we still see, though, that Dylan Bryant and the 8 of Brandon Coleman have been going back and forth, and now the 19 of Justin Lawson getting his name here into the mix as well, shuffling past his teammate in the 8, part of that brewing crew. I think, what are they called over here? ECRC over here?
Yeah, I think so. And I think right now it's early. They're going to single file out. What you're going to see is somebody might have wore their, went a little hard on the tires, and they'll be taken advantage of here. So it's kind of a tire race at this point. Who saves them and who kind of burns through them? That's where we're going to start seeing some movement in a little bit.
Well, in the first run at tracks like this is always a test, right? So the driver's going to go out there. He's going to try to do a fuel run and hopefully stay green during that time. And the whole time he's going to be feeling that car and feeling the tire drop off and making decisions for later on in the race, because it's going to be mega important the farther this thing goes into the night.
So we're falling around here with the 31 of Scott Milner, kind of trailing up the back end of this main pack. We do have some people kind of just off the back. You got Anthony Williams here trying to play some catch up. You also got that 110 of Richard Michelob Gray and Mark Collins all working together back here in 22nd and 23rd. And Double O Joe Bennett way off the pace back there in 24th right now. But that's okay. If we just got to get a quick caution, they'll be all caught on up.
So it says that Anthony Williams is from the Plains. I'm not sure what state he's from, but a lot of people in different states pronounce that name different. So I just heard Brown. He says Anthony Williams. So down here we don't really say the L's at all. We just say Anthony Williams. That's what it is down here. How do you say it there, Turner?
Williams? I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of in between.
How everybody says it. I mean, it's Williams. I don't know what
You
you're
say
trying.
the L's? You say the L's?
Well, I don't know, man. Now you're making me think. I don't know what I say. What did I say?
I wish I could spell it out phonetically.
Williams.
Williams.
I don't know, man.
Now say the
Now
L's
we're getting
and
into some weird
Williams.
phonetics and kind of regional redneck talk.
So think about the word we. W-E, right? We,
Yeah,
and
I
then
don't want-
yums. Y-U-M-S. Williams. There's no L's in it.
Oh,
You see what I'm getting at here?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's Too late on a
Sorry, a
Sunday
little
to
off.
deal with you.
Yeah, a little off the rails already. That Bloody Mary was pretty strong.
Yeah, I think another Mary's getting a hold of you there, Mary LaView or whatever you say
Oh,
down there.
Marie Laveau.
Marie
Laveau.
Laveau. Yeah, she better not get a hold of him. We won't hear from him again.
Her crypt is a 5-hour drive for me, so I'm good.
All right, good.
Well, it's still kind of a single file. We do have a little 2x2 action going on here. It's a 751. Mike Abson goes around the 9 of Joe David. But other than that, everyone's kind of just minding their own business and making tracks and making way here tonight. And it's different than what we've been seeing for the last few times that we've seen a race here, as we also got Cubby in the 67 and Nathan Stanley, and looks like DW going side by side. Paul Durkee in the 13 machine trying to work his way around here as well. We saw, I think the last race that we saw here was in the trucks, and that was almost acting kind of like a plate track. These guys were nose to tail, side to side, like all the way through the field.
A bit different too in the trucks, with reduced power and stuff. It makes them a lot more draft dependent, right? More aero dependent. These Xfinity cars, you can hot rod them out there just a little bit more, and they don't punch quite as big of a hole in the air as the trucks do. But still, putting on a great show out there. We saw a little bit of 3-wide action there too, as well.
Yeah, Chris Klein just got past Joe David for I believe it was 12th place. He's still moving up the track a little bit. Is that Kevin Haas he just passed or trying to pass? That Budweiser machine?
I think it is side by side, almost touching doors there. Excuse me. Goes the 051 and the 18. As up at the front, we keep getting more and more cars getting all grouped up here. You also got the 48 of Zeth Hawley running a little bit different paint scheme out there, running the Cincinnati scheme. Looking good in that red. He's trying to go underneath the 8 of Brandon Coleman. Right behind him, though, Timothy Stubblefield still hanging on strong there, up in 5th. Stubbs, he's showing a good chunk of pace here tonight as Dylan Bryant continues to lead the way with Larry Dickerson in tow.
Yeah, 5-hour drive from New Orleans, but it's more like 3.5 as the witch flies. So that's kind of what you really have to worry about there. Look at the one making a move on Nick Biddy here, going into turn 1. Real close on his bumper, and then went ahead and stuck that nose down on his left quarter panel.
Well, and 33 of Paul Ferdiani as well on Justin Lawson made a move. This is where we're starting to see a little bit of movement. I think tire wear is coming into play now.
I think you're right, because here comes the 79 of Stubblefield as well, trying to make his move, but Kevin Winker, he's making the move at the same time, so almost 3-wide action going on here for some top 5 spots.
Yeah, they're bunched together right here, all the way back to Justin Lawson. Pretty good battle. Winker in that W machine 42. Somebody mentioned some wrecking. Scott Milner,
Anthony Williams hard down onto the apron. He's missing a good chunk of that front clip, and
Yellow's out.
We're gonna get ourselves a yellow flag here.
I don't know about you guys. I'm going to take tires here. I'm going to take 21 laps in.
I think so.
130 lap race. Yeah.
Ooh.
Might as well.
Looked like the 9 got up into the wall, and the 4 had nowhere to go. Ends up down hard into that inside wall with some serious damage there. Looks like Dave Holmberg having a bit of an issue as well as Richard Michelob Gray getting snagged up in the remnants there, as the 9 was still a little slow on track. Ooh, Richard hard into the back of the 63.
Well, man, Holmberg really just didn't have anywhere to go, I don't think. Yeah, that was a little beating and banging. They only have one fast repair tonight, so that will become an issue for these guys.
Especially the guys with the hard front end damage there. You worry about your engine and your suspension and everything. You know, an Arrow, you can still run around out there without body panels, but if you've got something mechanical going on, fast repair is going to come in handy for you.
Man, Holmberg, there was no lift because there was no caution that came out. I don't know if he saw what was ahead of him because he kind of was blocked by Milner in the 31.
Looks like
Interesting.
everybody coming down here.
Everybody indeed making that turn on down into pit road. So let's watch this battle coming off of here. And I mean, I love these pit road camera views. It's showing something that, you know, we normally don't see. And, you know, there's a couple pit stops that are right there, like essentially like in a turn there on pit road, which can get a little tricky, especially when it's busy down there.
Yeah, when you go to put power down and try to get out of there and you got the tires spinning, you know, it doesn't help if you're trying to turn at the same time. That's not always a good thing.
Everybody got out, looks like clean so far. And most everyone got themselves fuel and tires. Kevin Haas may have had a different strategy. He might only went with two tires.
A quick 8-second stop there for the 051, trying to maybe make up some track position, maybe save that set of tires here for later on, because you'd never know what's going to happen here towards the end of these things.
These guys are going to get wrecked and stacked back up here. Everybody's going to be, let's see. I'm only showing two cars that aren't on the lead lap. Does that check? Looks like Dave Holmberg a lap down and Richard Gray 3 laps down now. Oh, Nick Biddy with the packet loss. He was having connection issues earlier. It looks like he lost connection again. I hope he gets back quickly here so it doesn't get too far behind. Looks like he's reconnecting.
Yeah,
I hate it when that happens because you can't help it, you know?
Well, it's kind of like, you know, you in the virtual world, it's like throwing a rod or something, right? Just one of those things that does happen to you out here. So hopefully he can get back out there. It looks like he is connected. See if he gets back on the track. I'm just glad we're in Vegas, man. I'm ready to party. Yeah.
Oh, look at all the campers we got parked on the infield and around the outfield as well.
I heard there's the Rio has gone to like $20 a night, and it's infested with cats. I stayed there probably in the
What?
90s
It's
when it was
infested with cats?
yeah, when it was nice.
Huh.
I'll pay $20 to stay at the Rio. Every room was a suite. It was nice back then. I guess let it go or something. Lost some money. A little too much gambling.
I mean, are the cats there to control the rodent population?
I
or-
think that's probably why they're there. They just, you know, kind of flocked to the place. Maybe they got out of control. They had a good buffet down there back in the day. I don't know what happened.
Good Buffett, huh?
Yeah. Well, from where you're from, you know what a buffet is.
The buffet's been closed around here for a couple of years.
Well,
Now that they got the sports betting thing, but you have to be in person in a casino to do the sports betting thing in Louisiana. They talk about a convoluted law. So-
that's fine.
The casinos are like, well, we're just going to get rid of our buffets and put a sports betting area in for everybody.
Probably a smart move.
Oh, come on, man. I want my crab legs and my unlimited chicken fried steaks.
Well, I got some comments on crab legs. I won't talk about it, but I've seen you at a
Too
buffet
much
with
salt. Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of salt involved. When they put too much salt on those crab legs, you'll swell up. Now you got to be careful. Here we go, Brown. Back to racing.
Back to racing indeed with the 03 and the 051 getting things restarted here on lap 26. Still about 100 laps to get through here tonight. Ooh, little bit of a checkup there. The 051, I think, on that either only 2 tires there or on an older set of tires, nonetheless having an issue getting the power down and checking up that backside as the 79 Timothy Stubblefield tries to move on past. Ooh, DW up into the outside wall there, able to get it down off of it without too much of an issue as we continue to go side by side here. Stubblefield still trying to inch his way around, which he does. He gets through as now Kevin Haas trying to get back up to speed here. And the 8 of Brandon Coleman underneath him trying to get around him.
Man, look at Stubblefield tonight, really showing out. Where's all his fans out there? They always want to do shots. It's a holiday tomorrow. Let's do some shots for your man out there. 79, good run so far in that good-looking Toyota.
Yeah, we were 3 wide there for a second as the Vegas Golden Knights 33 of Paul Ferdiani, as well as the 747 of Albert Anderson, went 3 wide around the 18 of Chris Klein.
Now, I'm having connectivity issues with YouTube now, so I'm trying to load back in.
YouTube?
Yeah,
Well,
it's
you
actually
probably-
my web browser. The game's running fine.
Well, it's probably Zuckerberg. He's always got a handle on us now. That guy is after us for some reason. It must be some of the stuff I say. Sorry about that, English. Coleman's getting
Ooh,
run over here. What's happening with him, Brown?
Oh man, people going around on the left, people going around on the right. Just people coming at you with a full head of steam. Everyone making use of these fresh tires out here.
he was bologna in the sandwich a couple of times right there, and
He could be saving tires. I'm not. That
Yeah.
might be his strategy. Just kind of relax a little bit.
I'd rather fight him later than fight him right now. On brand new tires.
No, that's for sure. Well, it's
Side
playoff.
by side action here, right in front of Winker.
Well, the old W machine 42. It's always up for some fun. You have his camera. That guy has more sheet metal than like a real NASCAR garage. Some of them. Got some cool stuff in his room.
Hey, he
If you
even
took
got
all the
tires
stuff
up
out
there.
of his room, you could probably build a car out of all the memorabilia he has.
Oh yeah, and he's got the tires to do it too.
So he got him some tires as well. That's a true fan right there. I buy a couple things here and there, but man, he's really got quite the setup going
Like a
on.
man cave, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very jealous. Actually, it looks cool.
Looking like he's excuse me. He's electing to go with the solid blue here tonight and not the rainbow LED lights.
And he's got the lighting. He's got everything, man. He's way up there in Wisconsin, right, or Minnesota? I think it's Wisconsin.
Johnson.
Yeah, you got to be a real American to live up there. You got to be pretty tough, Wintertime's no joke in Wisconsin.
Ever spend any time up there, Brown, when you were running for rail?
I did a little bit.
I think they're based out of there somewhere.
Out of Wisconsin yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Wasn't too thrilled when I went to bed and it was 3 degrees, and then I woke up and it was -25.
Man, that seems great. Man, I went to Nebraska one time, and it was about 60 degrees, and it wasn't bad. Sun was out, and everything was nice, and I was outdoors, of course. And by the time I got to the plane, it was like 12 degrees outside. I don't know what goes on up there, but it's brutal.
Talk about the desert here. Of course, we're at Las Vegas. I spent a lot of time in an army base in Utah, and because of the elevation and the dry air, we go outside and run PT, and I'd run about 3 miles or so, and at the end of the 3 mile run, I'd be tired and winded, of course, but I wouldn't be sweating. I'm like, what the hell? This is the weirdest thing ever, because your body's trying to sweat, but it just instantly evaporates because the air's so dry. It was the craziest thing ever. I'm like, I'm not even sweaty. I just ran 3 miles.
Well, the craziest part is you running 3 miles. I'd like to see that.
I don't do that anymore. Oh, hell no.
I'd like to see that. These guys are running miles in a car right here, very quickly, so to speak. Milner is battling it out. Looks like Stanley. Yeah, who else is over there with him? The 18 and Coleman.
Okay.
Right around 13, 14,
Great little
15
pack
here.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
As things are getting a little heated up here at the front as well. The 69 of Larry Dickerson trying to get around that 03 of Dylan Bryant here on the outside. Side by side they go down the Nellis back straightaway here. Looks like the 69 will overtake the 03 and jumps on up into the lead of this thing. Stubblefield still running strong here in third. Something we typically don't see from Stubbs, and great to have him racing really good tonight.
Well, that the track owners allowed that straightaway to be called the Nellis straightaway. Of course, nearby Nellis Air Force Base, home of the Air Force Thunderbirds flight demonstration team.
Yeah, and isn't there, what's that secret base they got out there? It's close. Area 51, that's close to this. So they have these secret planes that fly out of Vegas every day. Yeah, this is true story. The employees that go to Area 51, they get on this secret plane and they fly out there. And then,
well, if you know about it, it ain't secret.
Fly out.
Well, I know. Yeah, out of Vegas. That's the Vegas airport, not Nellis. But yeah, it's a secret because nobody can talk to them and they can't say anything. We don't know what's really happening out there. We could ask Valiant, but he won't ever come back here and talk to us. Valiant, where are you? Come back now. Do you think they're probing the aliens for information, or are the aliens probing us? Got you there, didn't I?
I guess we'll never know.
We'll find out.
Well, it's still a lot of single file here in the mid pack, but it's close single file. These guys are within striking distance where, we're seeing a little bit of that right now. We're seeing Chris Klein in the 18 make a move on the 31 here.
Yeah, Milner.
Scott Milner in that Reese's machine.
But behind him a little bit is DW, Derek Welch, and he mentioned to us he has 102 fever. So if he can get him a podium, does that make him like the Michael Jordan of iRacing? Remember when he had a fever and he destroyed the Utah Jazz? So
like single-handedly, like
pretty much.
Pippen and Grant and them guys didn't have nothing to do with it.
Well, they had a little, but Michael Jordan pretty much took over. That's when he had the game-winning shot against Utah. Anybody from Utah probably understands. So I'm not trying to compare DW to.
If I run into Karl Malone again, I'll ask him.
No, you probably won't run into him. He's probably got some. Doesn't he drive?
He lives in Ruston.
Doesn't he have an 18-wheeler company or something? He's
got a car dealership and a cigar shop and all kinds of stuff right there in Ruston.
Yeah, go ahead and ask him how Michael Jordan smoked him there and with a fever.
I'll ask him.
Yeah, let him know.
I'm gonna get kicked out of the city of Ruston if I ask him that.
Ooh, tower operator knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, he remembers that.
No,
Janet,
no.
yeah, Janet.
It-
They're called
Janet.
Janet flights.
Uh
Yeah.
huh.
That's their call
That's-
sign. They fly out of McCarran,
Yeah.
and guess what? They fly VFR in a 737.
Of course they do. They don't turn on any of the gadgetry. They don't want you knowing what's going down. There's super secret going on in there. Man.
He
Yeah,
knows too much.
yeah, well, I know too much too. We probably better be quiet. Jessica, that's true. Stubbs is looking good so far. Top 3. That's
Heck
awesome.
yeah, man.
I want to get to talk to him on the podium. You know, that'd be really fun tonight if we
Might
can
get a
keep
shot
it up.
at it tonight.
Yeah.
He's
It
got a
sound-
really strong
he-
car.
He must have put some practice laps in here at Vegas.
Well, speaking of which, we were falling around there with the 48 of Zeth Holly racing in his VR, looking down low, trying to make a move and get his name up here into this top 3.
I don't this VR stuff. I don't know how they do it. Y'all have done it before, and
Oh, I love it.
it's a long time to be in a headset like that.
So you have to be willing to accept being uncomfortable. It's just like racing with a race helmet on, or if you've ever rode a motorcycle riding with a helmet on, you're gonna get a little itch that you're not gonna be able to reach, and it's get sweaty in there and stuff like that. But if you could put up with that and put up with the and desensitize yourself to the motion sickness aspect of it, it's one of the greatest experiences ever. You can't get over the situational awareness, spatial awareness, I guess you would say, that you get from VR racing or ATS or whatever you're playing in VR. Makes it hard to go back to a screen. That's for sure.
Yeah, so Brown, the 31 all the way back to the 19 here. Really good battle. They're just kind of trying to race it out here. I know it's not in the top of the front of the race, but it's still good racing back here in the back.
And that it is, as the 31 in the 4 side by side. Nathan Stanley sitting there in the winds, just trying to wait for someone to figure out who's passing who here, trying to make up some ground. As we're here on lap 50, about 15 laps away here from halfway through this race. And they all came on down right around lap 20 last time, so we're coming up on some pit stops.
Yeah, and that first pit stop was initiated by a caution. Whoa!
Oh, Milner for 31.
Contact.
Got in the wall, got into Stanley. Wow.
So green. They got off the racing surface, so difference in speed not enough to throw a caution there, according to iRacing.
Go ahead and take a quick look back at this one. It's the 31. Oh, just gets up into the outside wall a little bit. Snags Nathan Stanley there a little bit. Everyone's scattering for their lives. But no caution as everyone's able to keep it somewhat straight.
Yahtzee.
It's awesome. We have the replay capability there on the broadcast. Of course, that action replay sponsored by Davidson Builders here in the Xfinity Series. Oh man. So it's just a matter of time before we had some additional contact here. These guys really are racing hard, and quite a few laps on this set of tires there, Brown.
And that indeed. Coming up on about 30 laps on this set. As we see here, Albert Anderson now moving on up into that top 3. Stubblefield's still hanging out as 31 of Milner comes on down for a pit stop here. Don't know if that's damage induced or if that was kind of time to come on down, but we'll wait and see if anybody else joins them. David E. Brown as well in the 26 marked the 7. Ooh, good thing Turner's not here. Otherwise, he'd get upset with that one.
See if he catches on here a little bit later. See the 8 and the 13 running pretty well together here. I think they are teammates in this league as well. They're working on that 7 machine, trying to get to him. More side-by-side action with Zeth Hawley as he tries to keep that nose dug down in there, trying to make a move on Stubblefield here. And that 79 running well all night, but he's got some guys hungry behind him here.
And so I think, like you said, I think we are starting to see some people, struggle. I don't want to say struggle, but start to have issues here with these older tires as the 13 tries to move on down underneath that 26.
Struggling, but showing signs of wear for sure. Single file here. Zeth Hawley's really trying to put the pressure on the 79. Speaking of pressure, he's feeling it from behind as well with a Winker in the 42. So sometimes you can just put pressure on somebody. We talked about this the other day. I hated being in front of somebody and I knew they were trying to pressure me into making a mistake, hoping I'd mirror drive and miss one of my marks. And here comes Chris Klein in the 18, making a move on the 13 machine. Great racing all over the track here, Brown, here at Vegas.
That indeed is. We continue to put green flag laps down here this evening. Still side by side go the 13 and the 18. Continuing to race. Looks like the 23 Mark Collins going to be one of our first takers down into pit road here on lap 58. Really sneaking up on that halfway mark here is now the 42 of Kevin Winker. Tries to get around that 79 of Stubblefield and move on up into the top 5 there himself. Mike Adamson not too far behind him here as Durkee, Brown, and Coleman, as well as Ferdiani, all all have a little bit of a tussle up here with Chris Klein, DW now coming on in, Double O Joe Bennett all coming on in down onto the pit road as well.
So in full swing are the next set of pit stops, and I guarantee you the rest of the drivers are eyeballing, seeing, okay, who's pitting? Is it time for me to come down and four fresh Goodyears and full of fuel?
And Kevin Winker now coming on down as well as the 03 Dylan Bryant leads this race going around here. Question is, when's he going to pit? This is where that strategy within the whole don't gamble with tires, you really want to be taking them. But it's all about when you come on down. Do you run that extra lap or two? Do you maybe try to short pit it and leapfrog over the guy in front of you? Time will tell us. 747 of Anderson, as well as Adamson, Durkee, Coleman, Brown, Williams, all coming on in.
I was looking at Dylan Bryant's qualifying time. That guy had a blistering qualifying lap. He was almost a full 10th faster than second place, and then you could have threw a blanket over the pretty much the rest of the field. So that guy had been watching some videos or doing some extra practice. Dylan Bryant with a blistering qualifying lap of 30.287. First qualifying, that was a long time ago, Brown. These guys are racing now and pitting under green, so it's more about how well can you hit the pit road and maintain your speed and all that kind of stuff right now.
Yeah, this is a little tougher when you're hitting them on the green flag racing. See how it works out here.
As here comes your leaders, Bryant and Dickerson. Dickerson coming in mighty hot, trying to maybe make up a little bit of ground on that entry here. As Chris Klein will join him on down. I believe same thing with the 19 of Lawson getting a little loose, but able to hang on to it. Seth Hawley on his way out.
Oh, reckon. Coleman is spinning around. He made a couple of spins there on the front stretch. Yellow is out here.
Ran
Mark
right into
Collins with a
Collins.
23 machine with a meatball flag.
Yeah, he ran right into Collins. Actually, ran
man.
right into him. Yeah.
As let's take a quick look to see what happened here with the 8 machine. Looks like he got 2 tires down onto that apron, getting it a little loose, and just Mark Collins nowhere to go, gets into the back of the 8 there.
Coleman did come over the radio. I think you heard it too, Adam, claiming responsibility. Say, man, that was all me. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. And I mean, that's very gentlemanlike. Unfortunately, it meatballed Mark Collins, I think, is what you're saying. He's got a meatball flag, right? So his engine is toast. Hopefully he has a fast repair to fix it. If he does under caution, he should be just fine. Just doing like a little bit of thinking, about the Janet Airlines and what's going on here near Las Vegas. It scares me a little bit, what's happening out here.
Don't be afraid.
But I do. No. What they say, the scariest thing you ever said.
I'm from the government, and I'm here to help.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. Yeah. All right, let's see if Collins does have a fast repair. I'm hoping he does. He's made it. Oh, yeah, he must have one because he's already out. So good for him. That should be at least a positive thing from that accident.
Well, tell us, what's the difference between rolling dice here in Vegas and playing Yahtzee in Waco?
Well, there's a huge difference. When you're rolling dice, and Yahtzee is just a board game now. Dice, that's a man's game. And so you play dice, and then you bet a little bit here, and you bet a little bit there, and then you start drinking a little bit, and you're at a bar in Waco, and then people start pulling pistols out. So that's the difference. And hopefully nobody gets shot in the face like back in the mid-'90s with Billy Joe Shaver. That's the difference. Brown, I know you know the difference.
No.
Almost. What are we, halfway through it? Pretty much
Exactly halfway through it here tonight. Is Chris Klein coming back down onto pit road here, maybe topping up on a little extra fuel.
Well, I don't know what's going down here, but we do have a pretty good race so far. 65 laps in, roughly. Probably one more lap to green.
Yeah, just
lights are still on the pace car.
Yeah, just about there. We got Dylan Bryant up at the front leading this field. 69 Larry Dickerson, followed by the 19 Justin Lawson. Zeth Holly up here as well as Kevin Winker, Albert Anderson, Mike Adamson, Paul Durkee, Scott Milner, and Derek Welsh all up inside this top 10. And we're looking forward on seeing some more great racing here.
Well, did they get you, Brown? Are you? Did they find you?
Hey, I'm not feeling it today. Oh, as well, it helps if my microphone to you is unmuted.
I couldn't hear you. I was afraid the Illuminati got you, man. Are you okay?
Well, am I okay? No, but the Illuminati is not As of
They
as
didn't
of
get
right
you?
now, not getting.
Okay, so I didn't hear you. I was talking to myself, and it was very strange. I felt like I was in a weird world, you know. But thanks for coming back.
Anytime, buddy. Is the lights on the pace car are off, but things are single file here. Don't know if they're waiting for one more person to get a wave around or what's going on.
They're talking about something, and I'm not sure what it is they're talking about on the driver's chat. So there's a lot of chat going on. Maybe there's an issue. Yep. 2 laps to green, so they changed it up.
All right, so extending this caution here as we get ready to head back out and get some racing action on in here.
Yeah, they're trying to get all their black flags cleaned out, and some just didn't seem right. I guess the smell test didn't pass on this one, so they're going to sort it out. And luckily, they have a race control to fix all this stuff.
And that indeed is lights on the pace car turn off here once again. Still not stacking up side by side though. Well, if this one does start with a single file restart, that'd be pretty interesting here.
There's a lot of little bickering out there, Brown. I know you can't hear what they're talking about on the chat, but they are having little arguments here and there. Okay.
They think they got it figured out?
I don't know. They're arguing still, and somebody's talking about. Here we go. They're gonna call it whatever the pace car's down. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, so here we go. Green flag racing here once again from Las Vegas, maybe.
The pace car went down, but they're still.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were still kind of. Oh, and there they go. Another caution thrown.
That was bizarre. Hey, sometimes this happens, and now we're gonna have more black flags. There's drivers upset about clearing black flags.
I see that.
Yeah, I'm confused on what's really happening out here. So,
Well, while they get things
pretty
figured on
interesting.
out, let's step away here for a quick break, and when we return, we will be back with some good green flag racing action coming up on next. And welcome back. All problems have been somewhat figured out here, and we are back stacked up 2 wide, ready to go to a green flag racing here as a pace car peels off down onto pit road. So back into the Geico restart zone we go, and green flag racing once again here in this NTRL Xfinity series. Only got about 50 laps to go here, so it is most definitely go time, and you can see it here in this field. The 19, Justin Lawson, shuffling his way on up through this field behind that 03 of Dylan Bryant. Now you got the 42, Kevin Winker. Oh, that's the one of Derek Welch. Goes up and scrapes the outside walls, collects it back down on the apron there, but he is going to be missing a few spots.
Derek, was that a self-spin thing? I mean, did he just cold tires, trying to put power down, trying to get on the apron? Figure out what the heck happened to him.
Could have been. He could have just been banging his head against the steering wheel with all the drama that was happening.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Winker leapfrogs over the 19, ends up getting second spot away. Seth Hawley now trying to line up himself on the 19 here and maybe make a pass. 747 to Albert Anderson there, as well as the 69 of Larry Dickerson. Ah, goodness gracious. You also got the 8 Brandon Coleman trying to set up for the 26 of David E. Brown.
Well, man, talk about Derek out there racing with 102 fever. You've just recently kicked the flu here, but it sounds like it still lingers around there for a while, and isn't that a pain in the butt when you feel good, but you're still got that drip going on in the back of your throat and all that crap?
Oh yeah,
I hope you kick it soon, buddy.
It's one of those stupid things where it feels like it's gone away, but next thing you know, it's all up in your head, then it's in your lungs, and then it's just a whole mess here. As you got the 747 holding off the charge here by the 69 as the 42 makes his way around the 03 up here, takes the lead for the first time here tonight.
I like seeing the lead kind of rotate out there, even if it's only for a short while. I can see some different leaders up front at this awesome track here at Las Vegas.
Yeah, I like all the racing. Look at Kevin Winker's made his way up to the front. That's not really a surprise, though. We know him to be a good driver, and he's showing it right now. I'll tell you one thing about the flu and this and the COVID, the fake COVID thing they got going on and all that. You know one thing that helps a lot? It's called wash your hands and drink whiskey.
That will sanitize you inside and out.
Thank you. Just do that. You'd be fine.
Oh, this middle of the pack right here, for about 5th position, the 19th of Lawson, the 69 of Dickerson, and America's driver right there with him. It's getting dicey right there. It's getting dicey in front of him here with the 48 and the 63. Or, I'm sorry, the 03. Lee, reading is hard, people.
It really is.
Ooh, 3 wide in the tri-oval. The 7 got loose there below the 9 and the 00. That was kind of hairy for a second.
Ooh, it was a 9 into the outside wall. Same thing with the 33 snapping against that outside wall.
Mercy. What do we have? 2 cautions here so far?
We had 2 cautions. One of them involved some of the most hatred and anger over the radio I've heard in quite some time.
No.
I still don't know what was happening out there. Yeah, there was some anger over some black flags and some penalties levied. We're going to have to get the head of NASCAR out here to sort this thing out, a.k.a. Derek Welch.
think he's already got his mind made up.
Yeah, it could be. Look at America's driver working his way up here in the 747 Limitless Motorsports Toyota, or as you call it, Toyota.
Let's say you pronounce that word.
Toyota.
Yes. How about Plus EV Racing tonight? Joe Bennett, Kevin Winker, Nathan Stanley, Paul Ferdiani, and Zeth Hawley. These guys are consistently one of the best teams in this league. And doing great things out there tonight. Let's see what they can do coming down the home stretch. We've got we've got less than 50 to go here now. Team Plus EV Racing also sponsoring a couple of races in NTRL this season. We sure do appreciate those guys. So, guys, Vegas, one of those places where you can run on the apron in the tri-oval. There's not a huge difference in banking right there. There's not like a ledge really per se. It is a little bit different. There is a little bit of a angle change there, but do you see any benefit to doing that? Running down there on the apron below the white line? Cutting the corner, so to speak?
I don't. That's just not my cup of tea. I don't care. People do it. What is it, Kansas, where they do it a lot? And there's a couple other places. No, I want to stay in between the lines, you know. I kind of like to follow the rules a little bit, you know.
Well, it's
the
not
rules of the I know, but the rules of the car. The car doesn't like to get upset by going down there and slamming the suspension down on the flat track and then bumping it back up. Like you said, I know it's not as drastic here, but I'm just not a fan of that. It's just not my thing.
I mean, it does serve as kind of an escape route. I mean, if there's some crazy crap going on in the tri-oval, some spinning or some wrecking or something, you've got that extra real estate to work with to escape. As long as you're right there where the Legends Oval is. So after the Legends Oval, turn 3, it turns into grass again. So you better be out of trouble before you get to turn 3 in the Legends Oval, so you can get back up there. 3 wide now, going into turn 1.
Yeah. Dylan Bryant is right on the tail of Albert Anderson as well. Looks like he's going to pass him here. Try to.
And moving his way up underneath does make it there. So Kevin Winker up in the lead with Seth Hawley and Larry Dickerson in second and third. Almost some bumper contact between the 48 and the 69 there. They're running the wheels off these things inside this final, coming up on final 30 laps of this race.
So these guys are going to have to pit at least one more time. Is the next stop here going to be the money stop?
Oh, yeah. 100%. I think so. I believe that to be true, sir.
You got to start thinking, too, who here is saving enough tires and maybe bank a set of tires late? Pretty much everybody, huh?
We're making moves right now, looks like, on the 42. Battling it out. Right in front of Kevin Winker, just past him. He was standing still for a minute. Now they're kind of stalled out in front of him. Nick Biddy has lost connection.
Well, they got him again, huh?
Yep.
Connection gremlins. Down there at his local ISP. Pulling some plugs out of the wall somewhere. That may be an outdated term. Do they still use ISP, Internet Service Provider?
I don't know.
I'm not an IT guy, so I don't know.
I got a real quick Florida man that was pretty cool.
Hit it.
Florida man accused of hitting his wife with a Christmas tree after he was asked to help with dinner. I mean, no,
I'm not sure
woman.
that's justified.
I'm not gonna help you with the turkey and the ham. And he grabbed the entire Christmas tree and just whack her with it. That
Did
sounds
he
like
swing it like a bat, or did he?
I'm hoping
throw
so.
it?
I don't have video here.
Weird.
Just words, but it's kind of par for the course for a little Florida man.
A mistake was made.
I'm sure there was plenty of mistakes made that day.
That might be the last of a long chain of mistakes that day for that guy.
Yeah.
Come on, Florida man, shape up.
They just can't, Part of their heritage down there.
Go down to McGuire's and
In the wall.
have a steak and calm down.
Who's in the wall there? Holly? Seth Holly
It's
got
like
in the
48.
wall.
Seth Holly, yeah. In VR, so it was extra real to him. Sure, he saw the sparks in his lap.
Derek Welch looks like he's calling it a night.
Did he say he was done?
Yeah, I think he
happened
said he's seeing things, He's got a fever.
What?
He's not probably feeling well. He's pulling into the pits and park it.
He is now the last car on the lead lap. He'll finish at least. No. If Nick Biddy is able to reconnect, we'll see how it shakes out. It's too early to tell here. So we got guys out there running.
Hey, Albert Anderson side by side with the 48.
Ooh,
Battling it
here we go.
out. Almost getting up into him here. It's Paul Durkee, Justin Lawson coming on down into the pits. Still side by side between the 48 and that 747. This one might go on for a little bit of a while.
It's a heck of a battle to watch, man. Them guys are keeping it close and fun, that's for sure. Getting really close behind them, too. Here we go. Mike Abson trying to make a run on the 42 here. Ooh, little bumper contact. Stubblefield right on their rear end. If something does happen, some contact and maybe some extracurricular stuff happens, Stubbs don't have much room to react here. He's right behind them. Ooh, pretty close between the 79 and the 42. 42 trying to assert himself up there and say, hey, man, I'm a competitor. I'm here to finish up towards the front. He's holding his own right now.
He's working his way back up. Old Stubblefield in the 79. Tell you what's not working right now is my iRacing. Looks like I'm, just the old lockup. No worries, I can still hang with you on this end, but
sure,
not going to be much value. Not that I am, anyways.
Oh, don't say that. Everyone has their worth. More contact between Anderson and Hawley, as Anderson gives him a little touch on his left rear quarter panel. Oh, here we go. Hawley going back down on the 747. These guys are having a blast out there. Here comes Mike Adamson to take advantage of the situation. Goes low, way low, down onto the Legends Oval front stretch. He'll make the pass. Oh, hard to the outside wall. Is that Adamson? Caution is out.
Hey, it was Adamson.
Oh, man.
We got some secondary going on there, too, from some rolling cars. Lawson meatball flag.
See what happened here. The 48 and the 747 battling it out with the 751 up on the outside lane. Gets involved with his teammate there of Albert Anderson. Or at least his friend. Yeah, they're teammates here in this one. Oh, as that Pink Birdsong Bruin machine gets tagged up in it.
That's Larson. I believe that was Cole Larson. Man.
Well, this caution comes out about the time where these guys were thinking about coming on down into the pits for their final pit stop of this race.
The old money stop.
The old money stop.
Exactly.
I'm still down and out here, and I'm in the dumps here with my internet and my computer.
Can you still see live scoring?
I can still see the live scoring.
Well,
Everybody's
yeah,
in the pits.
Oh,
I can. Yeah, I got a little delay with the YouTubes, and let's see kind of what's going on. I'm more focused on the 74-year-old Florida man accused of chasing two people with a knife while riding an electric scooter. That's more fun to me.
That's a what?
During caution, that's pretty.
What did Dirty Harry say that in that one movie? He says, "Well, when I see something like that, I figure he's not out collecting for the Red Cross."
Yeah, I used to put Dirty Harry on, and that'd be my go to bed movie all the time. You know, a little Dirty Harry action.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, I'm back. I can see everything. So
Sweet.
get the tail end of this thing. What are we? 27 laps to go. 28, somewhere in there.
Yeah, and the race off of pit road, pretty interesting to watch there, Brown. It's not a lot of differing pit strategies. A lot of 4 tires and fill her up.
Yeah, it's about all you can do here for these final few laps that we're going to have left to go.
Paul Durkee on his way down. His final stop. Got a couple more that may make a final stop here. Going to be a great shootout here to lap 130.
Speaking of shootouts, Florida man botches burglary by accidentally shooting himself in the leg. That's a great story.
You ever watch the old viral video of the guy that's doing a gun safety class?
The cop that was doing it, yeah.
Was it a cop doing it? Yeah, he shot himself right in the meat of the leg there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've seen that video. Did you ever see the FBI agent that did a backflip and shot his buddy or something at a Denver bar?
No.
That was classic. There's always some good stuff out on the YouTubes. Not all of them are involving Florida, but a lot of them are.
I remember seeing some of those kind of videos like on E-Bombs World before there was YouTube.
A thing. Yeah, that was a thing. But how much fun stuff has been captured on video in Vegas? I'm sure there's a whole Vegas channel.
And everybody's trying to delete it off their phones before they go home.
That's how I know about all the cats at Rio, man. Rio used to be like a premier resort. You know, it was cool. Now it's full of cats and you get a room for $5 a night or whatever. What's happening out there?
Sounds like a deal.
Yeah.
Guys, next week a little bit different, different kind of racing. We're going to Atlanta next week for.
New Atlanta or old?
It doesn't say on the schedule. However, I know that we've run New Atlanta with these cars before, and it was a blast. So I'm guessing it's New Atlanta, but we don't want to assume because we know what we do when we assume. You remember the Bad News Bears?
Yeah, ass out of you and me.
Make an ass out of you and me when we assume. Gotta break it down for the people.
All right, so here we go. The final 26 laps of this race coming on up as lights on that pace car turn on off, and we get back up to speed here in just a second. So here, excuse me. So here we go, back to green flag racing. Dylan Bryant dominant all night long up here with the 69. Larry Dickerson getting things restarted with a green flag racing, making their way down and around the line and into turns 1 and 2. Albert Anderson in that 747 picking up right where he left off that last run, trying to get that pass underneath the 69, and he does. He moves on up into second place. It's a shuffle and bustle heads on through this field.
Yeah, double O Joe Bennett trying to stay on that low line. He's got a couple guys up above him, that 7 car. And the 42 kind of running middle of the track. Kevin Winker not really wanting to commit to a high or low line right now. Running in the middle. It looks like they all kind of merged onto the high line there for a second. 18 of Klein's going to stay in the middle of the road here. He may get passed on the outside by a couple of cars. Kind of interesting to see these guys shift lines and kind of watch what other drivers are doing.
Yeah, what's the preferred line here? Not quite sure.
I mean, oh man. 79 is Stubblefield all over the back end of the 18 of Klein there. I don't know, man. I'm an outer, inner, outer kind of guy. I try to run left to right, use as much of the track as I can to minimize my wheel input, carry momentum. It doesn't do really great wonders for tire wear, though. I mean, you've got to make this last set last 30 laps, right? Or 29 laps, 28 laps, whatever it is. So you can't really go out there and just burn it off.
So we're 3 wide up here at the front. 48, 747, and the 69 all trying to get around that 03 of Dylan Bryant here. As it looks like they will figure that one out, but we're still side by side here between the 69 and the 747.
Oh.
747 drifting up, almost catches a piece.
Oh, man. A couple of drivers needing a change of drawers here at the end of this deal. A la Tony Stewart, Watkins Glen. Yeah, that was close. Poor Tony. Filed out most of the field here. 42 of Winker not wanting to give that spot up to the 18 of Klein and that Toyota up there on the outside. He's going to try to remain persistent and force him to do something here. Force him to throw a block or change his line.
Well, I don't think you do the crazy stuff for another 5 laps, and then let's start blocking people, dive bombing people, cutting their nose off, whatever you got to do. You know, let's get into some real action here at the end of this thing.
I'm down.
David Brown up to 6th here. He's looking pretty sharp. Trying to catch up with Stubblefield. Klein's behind him. So is the 42 a Winker. Muleburger Custom Homes W Machine 42. Well, so far we had a real good race. If we hadn't mentioned it too much tonight, trackdogsracing.com, trackdogsracing.com. Check them out. You can get all your racing gear, shirts, hats, cups, all the cool stuff. I got a couple of cool items from them the other day. You can also buy AAA Broadcasting shirts on there. So check them out, trackdogsracing.com. Great service.
Andrew Cawthon joining us over there in the YouTube chat. Saying, hey guys, I'm late to the party. But at least you're here, buddy. We sure do appreciate all of our viewers out there. If you like what you see tonight on the broadcast, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Give us a like there. Subscribe if you haven't already. All of these little inputs help us with the algorithms, and we get recommended in people's viewing streams, and we've picked up viewers, and our sponsors get a few extra clicks, so thank y'all for doing that. We sure do appreciate it.
Yeah, we may be big time, you know. I mean, I want to be big time, don't you?
We were. Well, relatively speaking.
We were? Didn't know we were, but if we're big time, these guys out here are big time. And it just
They're
helps
athletes.
everything. All the
not fair.
algorithms and all the crap Bill Gates can do to a human being. Look at the 48.
Ooh.
Holly got into the 7, looks like there. That's a
Having
little
a tough time controlling that car.
nasty.
He didn't hit anybody, so that's good.
Well,
He's
it's just-
still right there with them.
yeah. Oh, 48 got
One
turned.
to Adamson. Yeah, he got sent around.
He just turned him. He turned him. And he learned him.
Anything goes here in the final 20 laps of this one. It's the 48 of Holly. Does a good job making sure he doesn't get too bungled up from that one, and he's still driving around, but definitely losing a few positions out there as the 26 marked the 7. I know that'll upset you there, Turner, but goes side by side here with Stubblefield. Stubblefield trying to crack back up here and maybe try to get himself back up onto that kind of podium spots.
So
I don't know
it.
what. Something's wrong with the 79. He's slowed way down there.
Well,
What
he's
you got there,
struggling.
Adam?
Well, he's behind this 7. I thought it was a 7. It's a damn number 26 actual David Brown. He's on the list. Put him on the list. Mark him down. Mark it as 0. You can't have
Over the
the
line.
wrong number on your car. And I knew
Care
something
about
was
rules
off when
here,
I
Billy.
called
It's
off a
league
7.
night.
Ooh,
League
Yeah.
night, Johnny.
Double O Joe Bennett gets up and scrapes the outside wall as well.
David Brown is on my list. He's running good though tonight, up 14 spots. Can't hate on him too hard. May have to talk to him. I will give it to him. I'll jam it straight to him. I'll talk to him about his numbers. I can. Oh man, that's pretty funny. Dang, that you got tickled there with the big Lebowski
pretty good.
references. Yeah.
Johnny, you're out of your element.
Yeah, just tell me that next time. I'll be quiet.
Oh, look at this. 3 wide. For just a second, Double O Joe Bennett able to back out of it to save himself here. Oh, look how tight these top 3 are running. This is nuts.
Well, Well, Klein's. Oh man, there's some good racing right now. 8 laps to go.
Yes, sirree. 9 laps left remaining here as Dickerson holds on to the lead. Dylan Bryant trying to figure out a way to maybe make a little bit of a comeback on him here and retake the lead before this one finishes up. Albert Anderson dropping back just a little bit out of that pace as Chris Klein now holds on to 4th, trying to stay out in front of the 26, the 42, the 79. I will just call it the whole dang field at this point. We got so many people up here battling for this 4th spot.
I'm talking about nuts. What if when I die, I get just a little bit just because we're a small family? Oh,
Adamson in the wall.
Ouch.
He goes back up into Stubbs. Stubbs
Oh, no.
sideways, able to save it. Wow, what a save.
Man, I had a good. Oh, man, what happened there? That was rough.
Oh man, the 79 and the 751 been racing harder than the real Mrs. Poindexter here.
Ooh. Yes, sir.
And for the time being, looks like that one's been all figured on out. What hasn't been figured out though is this battle for this race lead as the 69 gets all up in the the 03 gets all up in the 69's business bag here.
Man. Crazy. What I was saying is, real quickly, if you, Brown, you and English, after I perish, you take a small portion of my remains, put them in a Folgers can, and let them out the window of the sunroof while y'all drive across country. Have a good time with that.
Like a small portion in each state, or
Yeah,
like,
just a
get
little
to
bit here, a
California,
little bit
just
there.
stick it in.
You know what? Pick up Albert Anderson for the ride, too.
All right,
You know,
I'm
just
down.
throw a little bit here and there and wherever you think is necessary. Just like the Big Lebowski, that's where that came from. If nobody's referencing all this stuff,
Yeah.
Must be a Folgers can, though.
Smokey, my friend, you're entering a world of pain.
Must
Am I
be.
wrong?
You know,
I always say, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
yeah, I remember all of it. I'm gonna have a
Mark it a 0.
after this race. I'm gonna have a white
I'm watching
Russian
it tonight
just for the fun. Oh man, it's good stuff.
because the atom abides. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, true. I do abide. But they're abiding right now on this track, man. It's going to be...
Way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stubblefield has worked his way into 9th. Unfortunately, he's down a few spots. He's still top 10 after that little incident. So, Brown, what are you thinking here?
Yeah, I'm thinking right now, Dylan Bryant trying to find that final little bit of extra speed here as they come back down through turns 3 and 4, 3 laps right now remaining down the back straightaway now as Bryant has leapfrogged over Larry Dickerson and trying to drive away. Still got some fighting going on back here. Oh, got one up in the wall and spinning. Can he control it? It's the 9. Come on, Joe David. Oof, man, that was wilder than any bucking bronco out there. As we got the 00 Joe Bennett trying to maybe make a pass here on the 26 of David Brown.
Wilder than a Saturday night in Waco shooting dice. Getting close.
Close indeed. 2 laps now remaining. Will we have another caution, or will this thing finish out here in regulation as the 03 makes his way down out of turn number 4, back across the line? A white flag is waving, so this one will do it. That's the 03. Man, he has just found that little bit of extra speed here late. I wonder if Dickerson has used up all those tires, but we still have a fight here for a podium spot nonetheless between Albert Anderson and Chris Klein, the 18, trying to get up to that back bumper of the 747. He is there as Dylan Bryant makes his way out of turn number 4 and win this race here at Las Vegas. Coming down to the line, does the 18 have anything for Albert? No, he does not. Albert hangs on for that 3rd place podium finish here tonight.
Man, that was fun.
Tell you what, Anthony Williams with that late pass down low to get around Paul Durkee, that was awesome too.
And these guys put in the work tonight. We had a little controversy. We had, it's a long race. I'm gonna be honest with you. 130 laps. It's a long time to be in the race machine here.
Yeah, sure.
But they did a good job though.
Well, Dylan Bryant started on the pole tonight with a blazing time that we mentioned a couple of times, and he completes the deal.
That's rare too.
Starts on the pole, finishes on the pole. Absolutely.
That's rare. Very good job. And the paint scheme, it's chrome blue. We know a guy that likes chrome. Greg Klein. That's very similar to what he likes.
A lot of chrome blue kind of stuff like that.
Yep.
Dylan Bryant's Toyota out there doing some victory donuts. Well deserved out there. Larry Dickerson, we've spoken to him several times here lately. Finishes in second place, started right there in fourth, outside road number 2. So I'm sure Larry's tickled that we're going to get to talk to him again.
Well, he just jumped in here and kind of took over. It was really, really good. He may be jumping onto the pro scene soon.
He was one of those guys that started out as a fan.
Right.
Was it this league or another league? And
one of them.
Then he started racing, and the guy's legit, man. 69's definitely going to be around for a while.
Okay. You hit the buttons. Let's do the interviews.
Drag some people.
All right.
All right.
Starting with Dickerson.
Hey, Larry Dickerson, it's the guys in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear, buddies.
Well, man, it seems like we've been talking to you a whole bunch here lately. A fan turned driver here in the NTRL. Great to see you out there in that LA construction machine. How'd you do it out there? How'd you work your way back up there after having some problems after starting in fourth?
Yeah. The only bad thing about the race was I had that one restart where I fell back to 6th, but I know on the long run I can get them guys. And the only sucky thing right now, I'm kind of beating myself because I thought when Dylan, my teammate, me and him pretty much, I think, dominated the race. We had the 2 best cars. Not trying to brag, but I didn't see anybody really keep up with us. And I thought I had him there. He fell back to 4th with like 20 to go. I thought I had a big enough gap there to steal one, even though I don't know if I consider it stealing since I ran second all night, top 2. I thought I had one stole there, but he had just enough time to run me back down. He was able to save tires on the long run better than I could, and I think I just burnt mine up too much just trying to keep a distance between me and Albert. I thought Albert would have fought him a little bit harder, but Albert couldn't have none for him either. So he caught me. It was a good race. Congratulations, Dylan. He earned it. Shit, he dominated this race, and I believe where I finished is pretty much where I was all night, the second best car.
Yeah, he was. He won the pole. He finished first. I mean, he had a dominant race car, but you gave him a good run. And second place, I know if you ain't first, you're last, right? That's what they say. But second place is still very respectable, especially here in this league. This is a really good league. What'd you think about kind of the whole race overall, and then Atlanta next week? What do you think about that?
I thought the race went pretty good. I kind of thought all day what to do. I kind of figured if we didn't have no cautions throughout the race, if we can go a whole green flag race with no cautions, that I did my math earlier today. I was like, okay, well, 4 sets of tires for 130 laps, I can average 28 laps on a set of tires. So that was going to kind of be my goal, to make it 20 every 28 laps and try to short pit. But at the same time, I was like, I know I can stay out a little bit longer than that because Las Vegas is one of my best tracks. So I kind of been looking at the chops all day, ready to get this race started. I felt like I had a good chance of winning. I almost got it there, but I really look forward to Atlanta next week because I know when we did it earlier this season, it was really big on tire management like it is here. And I did pretty good on managing the tires the first time around at Atlanta. And I got to talk to you on podium that too. So it's nice to, like I said, it's nice to rebound with a second place tonight. Would love to win, but to get second is nice. To represent Dirty Donkey Racing, Dylan's team, we get 1-2. It's nice, and I need a rebound too because the last 2 races for Daytona and the Friday night at was it California. I kind of had, I believe, top 5, maybe podium winning cars, but I shot myself in the foot on both them races and kind of been down on myself the last 2 races, kicking myself. So good rebound.
Well, you got anybody you want to thank or sponsors you want to talk about, like LA Construction? This is your time, bud.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Dylan. Congrats to him on the win again. Definitely deserved it. He was the class of the field tonight. So congrats to him. It's nice being able to run with him when I can. So shout out to him. I'll give a shout out to y'all guys, man. Y'all are second to none in broadcasting. Y'all do an amazing job. I enjoy every chance I get to talk to y'all, and I really look forward to going back and looking at the replays of the races. So shout out to y'all too. Shout out to all the sponsors of this league. Derek for putting this league on, man. I think this is the best league I run out of everything, and it's really good racers. Everybody's nice and courteous. You really don't have no problems, and that's the way I like it. So shout out to Derek and all the sponsors. Shout out to my sponsors, LA Construction. Again, my brother-in-law's home construction business out of East Coast, out of Roxborough, North Carolina. So anybody on the Virginia-North Carolina border, check him out. He'll take care of you. He's a really good guy. And give a shout out to JP Designs for, again, this paint job. I love it. I think every time I get a chance to talk to y'all for a podium, it makes it even look better being up front. So shout out to him for my paint jobs. And a shout out to Angelman Center Foundation, my main sponsor. Anybody can go check that out. It helps out with that form of autism. If you can check that out and do anything you can to help that organization out, you're helping out some really cool people and doing a great service to that organization. So shout out to them, and shout out to my wife for letting me do this again. And yeah, a good race, and congrats to Dylan, and congrats to Albert too, also on a 3rd place finish.
All right, man. Awesome job. Second place finish. We'll see you next time.
All right, catch y'all next time, brothers.
All right. I took control of the maneuvers here.
Okay,
English,
cool.
if that's fine with you. I know Brown's
man,
got
hit
some
it.
stuff going on. I'm going to bring up Albert Anderson, if I can, to the broadcast booth, America's Driver. I want to talk to America's Driver right now. You got a copy, Albert?
Yeah, me and Dylan and Larry were just in the podium room laughing there. What's up, guys?
Well, listen here. You had a damn good race, man. Not bad. 3rd place. You really didn't have the car for Dylan. Dylan was pole to finish. He just was really awesome in that. He didn't smoke. He smoked the entire field. But you had a great night. What'd you think about the racing out there tonight?
Well, let me clarify something. Dylan rolled me up like a Cuban cigar and smoked me. Let me be clear. I mean, Dylan was the class of the show tonight, man. Nobody had anything for him. He was just lights out fast. I was running in, I want to say maybe 2nd place behind Larry. And, Dylan came up on me so fast, he was clicking off time. There was no reason for me to try to block him and hold him up when he was obviously that much faster. My thought process is take the podium versus trying to hold him up and him and I reckon. You know what I mean?
Well, there was a little bit of contact out there late in the race. Some of it you were involved in as well, but not a whole lot overall tonight here at Las Vegas. Talk about the little bit of contact you saw and felt out there tonight, and then talk about next week. Y'all going to Atlanta.
Yeah, it got pretty aggressive there on the restart. You know, everybody's on new tires, and everybody wants to take advantage of those new tires and race up front. There was a couple of drivers racing really, really aggressive. You know, I was being a little aggressive myself, trying to stay up to the front. And you know, some guys with slower cars were being really aggressive, and you know, it put us into some 3 wide situations. And Mike and I got into each other, which I really hate. And so, you know, it was just really, really close quarters racing and everybody getting after it. As far as old Atlanta goes, you know, I enjoy that track. I've won a couple of races there. I won a race here in this league at Atlanta. So I'm looking forward to it. I think I'll be competitive next week.
Well, I guess I shouldn't wear my Albert Anderson T-shirt I got at TrackDogsRacing.com. You know, I don't want to have a favorite or anything like that. But do you have any favorites or shout outs you want to talk about before we let you go?
Well, of course, I'm going to shout you out, Adam. I mean, you're awesome. And, you know, Mr. English and Mr. Brown, you know, you guys are all 3 of you are just absolutely amazing. And I look forward to looking at the replay after each race. And, you know, I want to thank my family, my fans, also Limitless Motorsports. Tonight it was me and Mike. I wish Mike could have had a better finish, but Mike gets a whole lot of good finishes. So I'm sure he'll be in the podium here real soon. And I want to thank Ricky Wittenberg at his graphics company.
D&D
Race Graphics. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, bud. D&D Race Graphics. He did a really good job on my paint, and he's a stand-up guy, so I want to give him a shout out. And that's about it, my friends.
Man, awesome. Good job on the podium. We'll see you soon.
All right, guys. Thank you much.
All right. Here we go. The champion tonight, Dylan Brandt. Bring it. Let me bring him up here. Hang on. I got to hit the buttons. I'm not a good button guy. English.
I can help you, man, if you need.
Oh, I got him. Here he is.
There he is.
What's going on, guys? Back to back. What's up? Let's go.
Man, you finished off this race just like you started, smoking everybody. I mean, you smoked everybody for the most part in practice. You smoked everybody by a 1/10 of a second in qualifying. And then you went out here and dominated this damn race like nobody's business, man. What a freaking run, Dylan. How did you do it out there? Just walk us through this amazing race that you had out there.
Well, I think a little bit of it is just tire management. I'm extremely good with tire management, and you know, having this new wheel that I've been trying to tune in, I got it closer and stuff, and it just allows you to be smoother and stuff. And you know, you got to hit your marks here, especially in 1 and 2. If you there's bumps going into one on the white line, and you kind of gotta either go a little bit below them or a little bit above them before you can cut all the way down. And if you hit them, it just tatters your right front, then you just slide up the track and stuff. So it was a very like mentally draining race, though, because you had to hit your marks really good, especially in 1 and 2. And when we had that caution where it was trying to get me to pass the pace car when I was a leader, and we went green and then back caution again, it kind of got me out of my rhythm a little bit. And you know, I fell back to fourth or fifth place, but then I started to find the speed again. So
yeah,
what kind of wheel do you run? I mean, what kind of equipment are you working with now that maybe you're changing to? Sorry about that, Adam. I had to step on you and ask this question.
It's okay.
I went up to a Magic Alpha Mini with the Fanatec NASCAR wheel, you know. So, and then I got a track racer, I think the 160, and then the V3 pedals. So
okay, our buddy Eric Adam runs one of those at
Yeah.
he's good driver
track
too.
deal. Yeah,
That's that equipment helps, but also helps is the skill. You just blew him out of the water tonight. They didn't
Yeah.
have anything for you, but I mean, it was fun regardless.
Yeah.
And
I
I
got to
know,
race with my teammate a lot tonight and
yeah,
stuff too. So
he talked about that. What do you think about racing with the teammates here at Numb Thumbs Racing?
um, it has its times. Just like when Albert went under me and him was trying to race for the lead, and Larry went up on the outside side of me. It was a good move, but I had to lift like all the way out of it, and that way I didn't pinch him up into the wall and stuff. And no, it has its pros and cons. I mean, you want them to do good and win, and but if you second, you don't want them to win because you want to be that guy that actually wins the race and stuff. Um, but a lot of respect was given from the drivers tonight, especially Albert. You know, we've always gave each other room and respect and stuff. And when I caught up to him, he was like, "Look, I'll just go low." He's like, I know that you're gonna eventually pass me. So that gave me some time to catch up to Larry because I did have a longer green flag run car, and we made it a show at the end. So I hope that the fans are happy and stuff. And
Oh
you
yeah.
know, if 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 I do got any fans out there, I took all the sponsors off my car. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not, but if fans
We
liked
did.
me,
I thought my trading paints was broke.
no, no. I took off all the sponsors and stuff. But if I got any fans out there that would like their name on my race car, to stick on the hood,
Oh, cool.
I was going to start to add, some fans' names on the hood of the car and maybe on the sides and stuff. So if anybody wants to see their name out there on the track and stuff, I'd be glad to stick it on it for them.
I know a broadcasting crew that might be
we always
interested
need
in that.
we always need help, don't we?
Okay, well,
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 look,
guys, I'd be glad if y'all got a logo or something. I'd be glad to stick it on the car.
we'll have to get with you on that,
Okay.
Dylan. But man, it's great to see you run well out there
Oh, yeah.
today. Congrats on the win. I'm glad that there's other people that say I pinched him. That don't live in Louisiana, and we need to make that a more common word.
It's pinch.
No, it's pinch.
Well,
I say
Okay.
paint.
yeah, I know both y'all do. But
I'm
listen
gonna
here.
paint them into the wall.
I
What
pinched him down low.
other than that, the pinching, what do you have any shout outs or anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
I mean, just Derek Welch, for doing the leaks and stuff. JPD Graphics, NTG Trucking, Crap Bar Media, AdminBoxx, Davidson Builders, and Sim Gear. I want to give a shout out to Kobe Broadcasting. Y'all do amazing job. Dirty Donkey
Thanks, man.
Racing, also.
Yeah.
Larry, he tries to win every race and stuff. And I also want to give another shout out to Albert, American's driver, because he definitely allowed me to pass him a little bit easier. So I think that might have been the difference to possibly catching Larry on the last lap and maybe not have enough time to finish the pass, because I try not to race anybody enough to where I spin them out and stuff. So, but other than that, guys, I hope y'all have a great Sunday evening. And I don't know what track that we back at next week, but I think it's a restrictor plate.
Atlanta.
So, Atlanta, is it the old one or the new one?
I think somebody said it was the old one. I think that's what Albert said.
Okay, I should do
don't
good
know.
there. Because I took myself out of that race last time.
I do remember
well,
that.
so
I
you
do
have
remember that.
experience. So hopefully I'll be back on the podium. If not, going for 3 wins in a row. So, and that's extremely hard to do. I do here in NTRL because there is a lot of great drivers and stuff that race here. And it's I'm just thankful that I can now say I have 4 wins total on this season. So I am pumped up about it.
You
Awesome, man.
ought to be. Congratulations, man. And we'll talk to you later.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good night.
Adam, what
Ooh.
say we get this
Yeah, let's
this
get it over
finishing
with.
order out of the way? I'll take the top 12, and you can take the rest. How about that? Is that a
I'm
deal?
not good at math, but I'll figure it
All
out.
right, I can count to 13, but
All right, let's
other
do
than
it.
that, I got to take my shoes off. So Dylan Bryant wins the poll here tonight and ends up winning this race. So congratulations to the 03. Larry Dickerson in the 69 will finish in second place. Albert Anderson, America's driver in the 747, will finish in third place. Fourth will be Chris Klein in the 18. Chris had a great race out there tonight. He was all over the track making moves, and it paid off for him. He was up a bunch of spots, started in 10th. Let's see. Kevin Winker in the 42. Pretty strong showing as usual out of Kevin. He'll finish right there at the last car in the top 5. Double O Joe Bennett up a ton of spots. I think he's our biggest mover of the race here. Started in 22nd, finished in 6th place. David E. Brown in the 26 machine finishes in 7th place. 8th place, Timothy Stubblefield had a lot of promise out there tonight. Was in the podium finishing position for a while, just couldn't capitalize on it. He'll end up in 8th place. 9th place will be Anthony Williams in the 4 machine. Paul Durkee in the 13 will finish 10th. 11th place, started in 11th, finished in 11th. Mike Adamson in the 751, the Silent Assassin. And rounding out your top 12, Brandon Coleman in the 8 started outside row number 1 at the beginning of this deal and went spinning across the tri-oval there partway through this race. And, man, not where he wanted to be.
All right, there's 67. Nathan Stanley ended up 13th. 48. Seth Hawley ended up 14th. 31 of Scott Milner in that Reese's machine, 15th. 9 of Joe David, 16th. 33, Paul Ferdiani, the gambler, our man, the gambler, 17th. 63, Dave Holmberg ended up 18th. Mark Collins in that 23. 19th. 110, Richard Michelob Gray, the oldest man in iRacing, 20th. He wouldn't last, so that's good. 19th, Justin Lawson. The 19th of Justin Lawson ended up 21st. Number 1, Derek Welch. He was running a fever. He's sick. Hopefully he gets better. Get better, Derek. He ended up 22nd. Nick Biddy had some connection stuff going on. 32. Ended up 23rd. And final competitor out there tonight, 051, Kevin Haas, 24th.
Well, we appreciate everybody for joining us here tonight. Thank you so much to JP Designs and 3D Prints for putting on this this awesome Numb Thumbs Racing League event every week. And the Xfinity Series will be back next week at Atlanta. And we sure appreciate all of you joining us tonight. So for Alan Brown, I'm Alan English. And for Adam Turner as well, we gone.
See ya.